What's going on? It's Rico, No Boring Concrete, vlog series. Anyways, I'm getting into this. Alright, so, whoa. Alright, so most of you who are following with the vlog series, thank you, first of all. Second, this video is just really to vent. I'm really frustrated at the industry in general. And I guess lately I've just been disappointed in people's work ethic and work integrity, and mainly their word. I was brought up, keep your word. The Bible even says, your yes should be yes and your no be no. Meaning you don't swear like, oh, I swear I'll do that, or I promise. It says actually not to make promises. Just yes, and you're gonna do it. No, you're not gonna do it. Simple as that. People respect that, but you know what? That looks like that's been lost for a long time, because I'm realizing that for quite some time now in all facets of my life, but specifically in this industry that I work in. It's real tough. I can't get people to show up for estimates. I can't get them to get started. Once they do, they're here for a few days, then they're off and gone, and you don't hear from them, they don't follow through. Just so many things, and from ordering from products and supplies and dealing with salespeople versus people actually gonna install it versus people who are just gonna do the labor. It's pathetic. It's really sad, and it's frustrating because I so bend backwards and try so hard to stay on time with my scheduling when I can control it. And when I say I'm gonna do something, you best believe I'm gonna be there, to pull through. And if I don't, it's very rare. I mean, I really try. And if I know I can't do it, I'll just say no, and just flat out, because if I do come through, it's one of those under promise and over deliver scenarios where, hey, you just end up showing up and you're that extra hand to help or whatever, but you didn't let anybody down because you were just forward and straight and honest with them from the get. So anyways, the other thing that's real frustrating is we're on a deadline. We need to get a lot of stuff done. There's a lot of things that I can do that I've learned how to do in the past, and there's some stuff that I'm like, I don't know what to do, so I pay someone else to do it. And we've saved some money so we can just hire people to do it, because it'll be that much more like efficient, and I know I can focus my time on something more important or stuff that I can specialize in and get done. Different mechanical stuff, different schematics of the flooring and building out and designing and things I need to focus my time on, because we have a very short amount of time left before we actually have to move out of our apartment into this house. After that, once we can get in a livable space, then we can kind of take our time with the exteriors and the other stuff that's not so big. But one of the things that I'm focusing on right now, sorry for spitting in the camera, is the drywall finish. And right now we have like a stucco finish, and this is one of those things that I'm not a drywall guy, and I don't ever want to be one. I'll let drywall people do drywall, and I'll do what I do, and everybody be happy. But I have this like orange peel, soft texture, medium texture on the wall. We don't like, because we want to slick out the walls in a flat finish. And I've had guys come in and say, hey, you know what's just best to just hang up new drywall and remud it new. And I'm like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Other guys say it's going to be a pain in the butt to resurface and flatten out and smooth. And I've gotten some crazy bids, different ranges, high and low, and not really low, but just really high. And I didn't realize how much it would cost to actually do all that in this house, and that I didn't budget for. So I dropped the ball on that. But I tried it, and I just wanted to show you how easy it is. And there's a very simple video I actually watched on YouTube, and you can look it up too. And it's basically, if you have a lot of texture on your walls, you can just get like an inch and a quarter, inch and a half nap roller, like paint roller, and it's usually made for like brick and stucco. And you get some watered down drywall mud, you roll it on really thick, and then you can get either drywall knife, like a flat edge, or even a magic trowel with a squeegee, and just smooth it out. And within 2 coats, you should be able to get a pretty flat surface. And if you really want to get it slick and smooth, then you can actually use the drywall mud or something with a metal flat edge that you can just kind of like slick it out and burnish it and really good. By the time you prime it and paint it, it'll look really good. Now there's a trick also, or a technique, that a lot of these drywall guys use, and I'll show you here. And the biggest thing is lighting. So I will show you. Usually this is a big, like a nice bright LED light, bright lumen, a lot of lumens coming out of it, but ultimately this is what they use. they want to use a bright light so they can capture the detail and the texture, and that'll tell you how flat, how smooth, any ridges, any voids, like that. This is the finish right here, the original finish. This is that soft knockdown, or in some other rooms we have what's called an orange peel, which is a little bit lighter than this. But this is very typical down in Florida if you don't get that big heavy knockdown. And so what I did is, this kind of shows right here one heavy coat of just rolling on that watered down drywall mud and then just squeegee it out one time. You can follow up with a second coat and get a much flatter surface, but I was just trying out different things because I don't know what works, I don't know what consistency, what direction, how much to put on and how much to wipe off and that kind of stuff. So I was just kind of playing with the idea. And then here's another section where it gets much rougher, which was a single coat of it, but it was very light. So I kind of went light, and you can see a lot of skip trowels, a lot of variation. Not what I'm looking for, but it was a start. And then I get to this other area over here that turned out like $1 million. And like I said, I'm not a drywall guy, but this is pretty good. This area, you don't even catch any texture from the light, and I'm just passing through. I'll go back just so you can see, like, I'll follow with the camera here. Up and down, texture. Up and down, texture. A lot of texture, ugly texture. And then you get over here and just go up and down, and then it just stays, stark white because it's so flat and smooth everywhere. And then here's the other wall again, and you'll get that texture again. And I'll show you what area. I'll back up if I can out of here without falling. This is the wall right there. So I'm going from that end's where I started. That area right there was that the heavier coat. Left of the outlet right there was this lighter single coat, and then this whole area over here is that real smooth flat area. And like I said, it just took two coats and then a light sand, and it's down to like super flatness. I mean, it's like a nice flat wall. I mean, and then you come over here, I mean, you can look at the wall next to it, what I started off with, and that's a lot of texture there. I mean, so we went from this to this, and I know it's probably hard to actually see on film here, but and there I go tripping again. But just to kind of show you like what can be done. And the frustrating thing is, I think eventually I'm just going to pay someone to do this because this is very time consuming, at least on my end. I mean, if I could focus on this and had no deadline, I would do it myself. I really don't mind. But I have a lot of bigger things to worry about, and it's just something that I just kind of wanted to throw out. If you're ever doing a project, not really concerned about time, and just want to knock it out yourself, this is a really easy way to do it. You don't have to be a pro at it. I'm not, like I said, I'm not, this is not what I do. And that came out pretty flat, very smooth, and it's exactly what I'm looking for. And that's the frustrating thing. I can do it, I just don't have time. So I have to pay someone a lot of money to do it. And because it's got to be ceilings, it's going to be walls, and then some new things that we're building that needs to be finished as well. So anyways, sorry for the rant, but I hope this video is informative, and don't be that slacker. If you're in my industry, don't be that slacker. Be a man of your word, or a woman of your word. Just follow through. It says walk the talk. Whatever you say, just do it. And sometimes don't even say anything, just do it. So thanks for tuning in. Check out for the next video. Got a lot of stuff going on in this house, so you'll definitely see some random stuff, maybe some more rants, because this whole process has been pretty frustrating. But I just know it'll at least be what I want at the end, and we'll all be happy here. So with that being said, Rico Ramos, No Boring Concrete, MBC2 design. If you are familiar with that or not, that's actually No Boring Concrete version 2.0, our design side of No Boring Concrete. And that one we're doing concrete light pendants, vessels, furniture, decor, 3D geometrical tile, all kinds of neat stuff. So check us out on Instagram. I'm constantly posting up random stuff up there of different things we're playing around with. And share, like, post, subscribe, follow, all that. Appreciate it. See you.